How's it going, everybody? Sir Douglas here once again with a brand new video, and I honestly didn't expect to be doing this so early. Mainly because, well, I was preparing for the live stream tonight, and this popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and read this off to you right now. So, the Canadian Football League and the Toronto Argonauts and BC Lions are opening their doors to the FIFA 2026 World Cup. With a total of 13 games taking place in Toronto and Vancouver, the CFL teams will play home games away from BMO Field and BC Place during the first half of the 2026 season. Now, to be fair, this was communicated to us when the bid was approved. Way back. So, this is nothing new. During the regular season, the Argonauts will play one home game in each of Hamilton Stadium, Mosaic Stadium in Regina, and Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg against the host teams. While the FIFA World Cup is being played, the Lions, who will relocate two home games, will detail their plans and ticketing details in a special announcement soon. The World Cup is a cultural event uniting entire countries and communities under a single flag, said CFL Commissioner Stuart Johnston. As Toronto and Vancouver welcome the world, we are grateful to other cities and the tremendous fans for so generously making a home away from home for the Argos and the Lions. Following the FIFA World Cup, the BMO Field will require time to be retrofitted to CFL standards. Both the Argos and Lions home dates will be skewed in favor of the second half of the season, allowing the team's fans to reestablish a home field advantage down the stretch as the league pushes toward the 113th Grey Cup. Our fans in these two markets are incredible and will do all that we can to ensure that they have every opportunity available to cheer on their hometown teams, added the commissioner. Toronto and Vancouver are world-class cities, and BMO Field and BC Place are world-class facilities. We couldn't be more excited for them to be showcased on one of the sport's biggest stages for the whole world to see. The Argos and Lions will announce additional information at a later date. The complete 2026 season schedule will be unveiled in the off-season. Now, with that said, I got an email from the Argos just a little while ago. Here's what it says. Dear Sir Douglas, as you are aware, 2026 will be a historic year for sports in the city of Toronto as we play host to the largest sporting event in the world, the FIFA World Cup. 6 World Cup matches will be held at BMO Field between June 12th and July 2nd, and as a result, we are working with the CFL and our partners within the league to arrange the Argos 2026 home schedule to accommodate those dates, as that BMO Field will be unavailable. Hosting the largest sporting event in the world is a tremendous honor for our city, and the tournament will leave a lasting legacy that will benefit Toronto and our communities for generations. One of those benefits will be the enhancements made to BMO Field, as we look forward to sharing the stadium's renovations progress with you in the coming months. While the Boatman's home turf is transformed into a global stage next summer, the team will play one home game each in Hamilton's Hamilton Stadium, Regina's Mosaic Stadium, and Winnipeg's Princess Auto Stadium. These regular season quote-unquote home games will be spread across the team's temporary homes until the FIFA World Cup concludes and BMO Field is retrofitted back to CFL standards. Additionally, our quote-unquote home game in Hamilton will be included in next year's member package. The package will include 6 regular season games at BMO Field, 1 regular season game in Hamilton, and a potential playoff game at BMO Field. Should you be unable to attend the quote-unquote home game in Hamilton, you will be able to exchange out of the game to a different regular season game at BMO Field. More details and timelines will be provided when the pricing is released. Our remaining home dates will be weighted in favor of the second half of the season to ensure that you can help us restore our home field advantage and give the Argos a push as the playoff season approaches. We will provide further detail on the scheduling and the 2026 season seat member package as we launch renewals in the coming weeks. But until then, on behalf of the team, we wanted to thank you for your ongoing support both on this field and by quote-unquote pulling together to assist with the rescheduling required surrounding the FIFA World Cup next season. Go Argos, you're truly Tom McDonald, Senior Vice President, Ticket Sales and Service at MLSE. No offense, Tom, but get bent. I'm going to say this right now. This is perhaps one of the most short-sighted things I have ever seen. 2015, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Argo fans out there who do remember the 2015 season. If you don't, allow me to explain. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Argos were both at Rogers Centre. David Braley, the owner at the time, and pretty much his staff, basically, and the CFL at the time, all made the Argos home dates all pretty much the same way, where it was all backloaded to the second half, and we had like and pretty much all October we were playing at Rogers Centre. Until they realized the Jays made the playoffs. So the Argos, as they were no longer the primary tenant at Rogers Centre, got kicked out. And it was bad enough that the Argos had to play one home game up in Fort McMurray, Alberta against the Edmonton Eskimos at the time. So distinct home advantage to Edmonton at the time. Forget that. Now they had to scramble to play in Ottawa against Ottawa, and then they had to play Calgary and Montreal in Hamilton because that was the closest facility available. So they had to scramble. They didn't have a lot of time, and I get that. But I think we only played something like 5. I think we only played something like 5 games at Rogers Centre that year. Yeah, 5 games. And I'll tell you right now, after that, it was like, and it was not good. I'll be honest, it was not good. I went to Hamilton for one of those games. Hamilton fans came just to chirp us. So just that to me proves that even 10 years ago, the hate is all they had. That hasn't changed. But anyway, point I'm trying to make here. This was, let's put it this way. York Lions Stadium, Varsity Stadium at U of T, Terry Fox Stadium at Jacuzzi Park in Brampton, Alumni Stadium in Guelph, Alumni Stadium at Laurier, Warrior Field in Waterloo, Alumni Field at Western University, Richardson Stadium in Kingston. All of those would be comparatively better for the fan, as opposed to having to play all 3 of our games next year in Hamilton, plus 2 games in Saskatchewan and in Winnipeg, where I can guarantee you those 2 Prairie games, Argo fans will have 0, and I mean 0 representation. None. I can guarantee you, and in the offices of MLSC, I can guarantee you this was done as a fucking cash grab. This was done as a fucking cash grab, straight up. I mean, why else would you send well, let's put it this way. Hamilton doesn't like us and we don't like them. Winnipeg doesn't like us and we don't like them. Saskatchewan is kind of maybe 50-50 depending on the day. So instead of going and trying to go into the community and build up not only football, Canadian football, presenting it to a whole new generation, right? Instead of doing that, you go out and you just say, fuck it, we're just gonna go to 3 of the most hostile stadiums in the league, and Argo fans, good luck. I'm sorry, but this right here, this is going to set whatever sort of forward progress that has been made with the Toronto Argonauts since David Braley got rid of the team back at the end of the 2015 season. This is going to set all the work that MLSC has done from the time they took over the team in 2018, this is going to set it back a decade. At least. Season ticket holders, I can guarantee you, some of them are already saying, yeah, I'm not renewing for 2026. I know that there are season ticket holders who have said they are not renewing in 2026. And right now, as it stands, I am considering that myself. Personal stuff notwithstanding. This is, I mean, unless they're gonna have plans for travel for Argo fans that actually live in Toronto to go out to Winnipeg and to Saskatchewan, unless you're gonna have like a discounted travel package from somebody, you can write off. I'm pretty sure you can write off the 2026 season. Although MLSC will take all the money to the bank saying, hey, this is one of our best seasons ever. We should do this more often. We should make the Argos like the Harlem Globetrotters of the CFL. Nuh-uh. I'm sorry, but no. This is the most short-sighted solution I have, and the most asinine solution I've ever seen. I'm sorry. But as much as I want it to be better, don't kid yourselves. If you live in Winnipeg or Saskatchewan, just know that when you buy your tickets for next year, the money's going straight to MLSC and your team isn't going to see a dime. And MLSC is already going to make bank because of the World Cup coming to Toronto. This is a shitty situation. And this is, I mean, I get it. This was going to not be good no matter what happens. But like I said, there are stadiums in the area that would have required maybe just a tiny bit of retrofitting in order to fit more people in it. And you would have had a great experience. Instead, a little bit of forethought, a little bit of research that you could have done. And honestly, it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea for me having to play maybe a game or two in Brampton. I'm from there. I used to live like right near the stadium that I mentioned. That to me would have been infinitely better, and it would have been infinitely better for our fan base to do, as opposed to having to lose 3 home games to this kind of stuff. I'll probably I'm going to revisit this once we know more information about what exactly how this is all going to work and how this is all going to pan out. But I'll tell you right now, there's an awful lot of people that are pissed off. An awful lot of people that are pissed off, myself being one of them. And even people that are pissed off go from the graybeards that have watched this team since the 60s, to people like me who have come in much later, to people that are first-year season ticket holders this year. When renewal time comes and they're going to realize, oh crap, you guys aren't going to be playing in Toronto until September? Yeah. Think about it that way. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later tonight for the live stream. For the away game live stream against the Elks. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.